Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So today we are going to talk about Donald J. Trump and the grand old party and the prisoner's dilemma that they find themselves in. Each one needs the other to do something, but they also have to trust the other person to do it while doing something against their own self-interest. This seems pretty unlikely. See, Trump is in a position where there are a lot of legal situations that may arise for him in the future. Some already are. It is logical to assume that he believes public support provides some insulation against those legal woes. So he wants to get out there and hold those rallies. He wants to get out there and make sure that he is making a splash and he is still in the public's mind. He's still out there. He's a public figure. He's calling the shots because his insulation kind of withers if he falls out of the public eye. Now, the Republican Party, if they were to gain a little bit more power, they could find themselves in a situation where they could exert a little bit of political pressure and perhaps ease some of Trump's legal woes. Now, I'm not saying that's right. I'm not even saying that's legal. I'm just saying that given what we've seen in the past, it seems pretty clear that there are a whole lot of members of the Republican Party that don't care what's legal. So they could do that. But in order for them to gain more power, Trump has to trust that they will do that because he has to stop. He has to stop with the rallies. He has to take a back seat. He has to kind of fade from public view because he is toxic. He's a toxic political candidate who pushes the independents and the moderates away, which means if he's out there, the Republican Party is less likely to gain ground, to gain power, to be able to help him. But does Trump have any reason to trust that the Republican Party would do this for him if they do gain power? Not really. Because if there's anything we've learned over the last few years, the GOP, it's more like an episode of The Sopranos than an episode of The West Wing. It certainly appears that you are only as good as your last envelope of poll numbers. And then, there's also like all the investigations and people flipping that certainly makes it more like The Sopranos. But the reality is the Republicans would like Trump to go away. So if he does this favor for them, gives up his public presence and possibly that insulation, he doesn't really have a guarantee that they're going to help him. So he probably won't make that move, which means they may not be in a position to help him. Now, the Republican Party could ask him and kind of promise that, but there's no reason for Trump to believe them, and they have to worry that if they do make that suggestion, that he'll run out to the public and start screaming that the Republican establishment is out for him too and start that third party, which is a real concern for the Republican Party. They're having an issue getting the independents and moderates. If they lose people who are very much Republicans, they're going to be less than effective for quite some time. It's funny that the only real way forward for Trump and for the Republican Party is for them to trust each other while distancing from each other. It seems unlikely that that's going to happen. I would imagine that Trump's going to continue to get out there and make these statements, continue to get out there and do these rallies, and continue to push claims that drive moderates away, and therefore cost the Republican Party seats that might be used to help him in the future. It's entertaining on some levels and sad on others. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.